You said something about HR people being recognized and shout out. And again, I will say my strongest partnership has always been my people partner. So shout out. And it makes me think a lot about carrying a shared burden, right? I don't look at my people team as like, it's your job to create culture and it's your job to fix the things. And you tell me how to recognize the people. You're a partner in that for me as a leader and as a people manager. So I think and I've seen good success with this around, again, the company doing some moments of appreciation, and those are thematically tied in. And then also in the empowering of managers to teaching them how to create moments of gratitude and ongoing, expressions of that. And teaching them, hey, like, don't just send the one thing you've always sent or the same thing to everybody. Let me talk to you about why. Let me give you some options. I've seen better success with that. And then there's also this underlying piece where it's like, it's on you. Like it's in your hands. And I know that people teams have been beating the drum around that. But as far as like creating some, campaign type of materials around that's something that I've consistently done and seen work really well, to create teams that are really strongly connected, bonded with their manager, seen values or been valued, been seen.
I love a good campaign. I'm going to start like using that word more, even though I call them, I don't know what I call them internally, but like campaigns are how I think about things. It's like a start to finish, you're delivering some like unique experience to your employees. On the note of recognition and appreciation, I always call this out because recognition is about what you do, like achievements at work, versus appreciation being about like who you are and what you value. And I think that's really important because there is a nuance between them. Like they're used interchangeably, but they're not. They're a little different. And then when you look at recognition in the workplace, often it is very skewed towards how people are performing and what they're producing, and rather less about like the impact and who they are and what they value. And so I think that's like a cool thing about recognition and appreciation is they need to be in balance. Like it can't always be about what someone is producing. It has to also be about like what they value and what they bring to the table. And I read this like interesting article. I need to link it to everyone to read this, but it was saying that if you over index on recognition, when employees feel like they're regularly recognized, they're like 23% more likely to be productive, versus when they feel like they're appreciated regularly, they're 43% more likely to be productive. And so there's just like a really interesting shift there in like recognition versus appreciation. And I really think it's because at work, we focus on just like what people produce and less about like they're kind and they're honest and they're good partners and they value and they also show appreciation and gratitude. And so I think there's like a real shift happening in the workplace too, especially with Gen Z, where they care about the work they're doing, but they also want to know you value who they are as people.
Yeah.
And that's where I think appreciation plays such a major role.
So if I'm playing it back, recognition is about the output.
Yep.
Right. It's the resource and human resources and then the appreciation is about the human and who you are and how you do it. I really like that. In the study that we ran, 91% of people said that tokens of appreciation would help them feel valued. Right? I mean, that's massive. And I'll be honest, I actually was surprised at how large that number is, because I think it's easy to be like a thing, right? Yeah. Oh, a thing, is that going to make me feel valued? It's like, no, it's the story the thing tells, right? You could give everybody, $100 gift card somewhere and they're like, cool. Or you could be like, hey, I saw that you had a rough week and thought you could use a coffee moment. And you put together a coffee mug and a little card and maybe an Arabian coffee that's special, worth a lot less money, but you put something together that was thoughtful, like goes so much further to make someone feel seen. Yeah. I definitely want to check out that article. That's really,
it feels like there's a Harvard Business Review one. It feels like we just sometimes when we think about appreciating someone at work, we just miss the mark completely about like the fact that people want to be seen. like who they are and how they show up. And they don't want to feel just like another deliverable. Like, I don't want to be valued for just my deliverables. I want to be valued for the fact that like I'm creative and I'm curious and I am supportive to my colleagues. Like those are things that matter to me so much more than just like a generic good job.
Yeah.
Good job on this deliverable you did. I'm like, no, I want to like be seen for me.